the military officer said, "Are you David Fox?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Father, Parker Gordon Fox." And I just knew then. That's all I had to hear. I knew.
And at that point, I just said, not my baby, not my boy. He was a staff sergeant. He was a sniper trainer at Fort Benning, now Fort Moore, in Columbus, Georgia.
He was out with a friend one night, and
they'd been drinking. They were in Parker's car, and he wrecked it. He was very upset and kept saying, "Man, I could have killed you. I could have killed you." We found out after the fact that he had been in counseling outside of the Army. In his note, when he said, "I have to do this fast because I have a lot of good friends that would stop me," he knew it. He knew that
he was acting against their wishes.
Went into the police station, and they brought out an envelope, and it had his suicide note, which they had sent me files of.
A picture of, yeah.
But it had the suicide note, and it had his phone, and it had the gun. We decided to get rid of it, to destroy it. And you took a sledgehammer to it?
I took a sledgehammer to it. But I hated that gun. I'm not against guns per se. I'm against that gun because it did a horrible thing in our life. If we could ever achieve a better culture, and not just military, but public culture as well, that if someone is seeking help for mental issues or suspects that they have mental issues,
yep,
that it's okay to have some sort of a safety check that says, hey,
do
bud,
you have guns?
Hey, dude.
Let's lock them up for a while.
I'm going through a rough time in my life right now. I want to keep them with my brother. That's my brother to be my keeper.
If he had not had a gun in that moment, he would still be here. I believe that
I
down
believe
to
that
my soul.
And I remember hearing them say, Sergeant Cody Bowman died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Honestly, it's all I know, because I remember I just fell to the floor. I remember screaming at them. I don't know what I said to them. I always ask my kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? And Cody said, an Army guy. They were doing a blasting exercise. And it caused Cody his hand to be almost completely blown off. But we weren't here, and there was like 5 people supposed. His big worry in the hospital when I was in the room with them was telling me, they're going to kick me out. They're going to kick me out, Mom. And I said, no. And it has to be, it's very sensitive. And he would say, I'm a monster. My daughter's going to be scared of me.
So Saturday and Sunday, some high school buddies went down and they went hunting, fishing, had a great time. And then Monday, he got up, told his wife, I'm going for a drive, and he left. And a couple hours later, she was trying to call him. He finally called her back and he said, I can't live like a monster anymore. I transferred some money to your account. I'm done.
I just hated everyone. And I made a plan that night, sitting on my couch. I said, okay, I'm going to be with my son. So I took my sleeping pills, I crushed them up, I put them in a beer, I drank the whole thing. And for some reason, I guess subconsciously, I didn't really want to die, because I called our friend, told him what I did, and I said, just screw it, I'm going to go be with Cody. He called my husband, and then my husband took me to the hospital.
He actually wanted to come home one day. He was supposed to come home on leave, wound up having to stay because one of his guys actually attempted suicide.
And Cody sat vigil by his bedside for 2 days. He was there to take care of his soldier under him, but who was taking care of him?
I mean, I think
Mission 22 is a veteran nonprofit. Started back in 2013.
I did my 30 minutes worth of work today.
Back then, we were losing an average of 20 to 22 a day. That's where that comes in.
You're holding yours a little taller. Yeah, I'm a little bit taller, but and they don't shrink. You know.
Any veteran that comes and speaks with us, we give them a gun lock, because it takes just a couple of minutes to unlock that, but that couple of minutes may make them change their mind. We're always going to keep your name alive, and you're going to help others. Your story is helping others already. You can't just take guns away from people and think that solves the problem.